Community Dashboard from Command Solutions. The dashboard's been completely rewritten. The new code, new languages, makes it faster, makes it more user friendly, and adds a lot of different ways to look at the tabs on it. So first, you have a basic community dashboard, and what it has is crime charts. Under crime charts, you can now set up dashboards for the incidents page, the offense page, and the natures page. So you can now you can click those boxes on the CompStat dashboard, which controls the community dashboard, and activate and turn them on and off. Also, there's a lot of area here that you can add information on what is going on or what this tab is about. And so each of these has the top panel here. You can add in a lot of information, whether it be for nature's, offenses, incidents. In addition, the mapping has been upgraded quite a bit too. You also have the regular. You have days of the date ranges that you identify inside of CompStat are available, and the locations. The return button takes you back to whatever URL you have added into the CompStat dashboard to control this public dashboard. So under this one, we'll just hit these first two right up front. Mapping is a lot faster. You can see it update on the side. There's not really a delay in getting the information. You can map multiple either from the offenses or incidents, or you can use natures here and put whatever you would like on it. So that's these two buttons. Also, under the setup, there's another tab that can be added. That is the goals tab, and we'll show that in just a minute. I wanted to turn on one other one here that we haven't had turned on here for a minute, and it's called the circumstance tab. Let me turn that one on real quick and update the dashboard from within the CompStat dashboard, and then redo this one. So now I turned on, this is really a circumstance tab, but you can do dispositions, MO, or circumstance. In this case, we renamed it to use of force. And so this is pulling out the CompStat dashboard for those offenses or those circumstance codes that would be use of force. So you can drill into these, you can look at them closer. When you hit use of force, it'll show you the total incidents that are involved in it. So you can put it down here, and it'll tell you what use of force, how many other incidents were, however you have it set up in the CompStat dashboard. It'll give you all this information. And it'll also do other circumstances. If you want to show incidents at school zones or in bias or whatever you would like to show, it'll also show that one. So the use of force from CompStat has been moved over to the community dashboard, and these are all if you wish, so you can turn all these off. What we're going to do now is turn on one other feature of this dashboard, and that's called the goal page. So hold on just a minute, and we'll turn on goals. So over in the CompStat dashboard, it looks like this. So you have your settings, which are pretty the same as they were. This is that URL that goes when you hit the return home button. Incidents, this is where you can add in whatever text you want. You can change it to whatever you want. You can include it or disable it by clicking here. You have to always be sure to update and save your changes, and then push them to the community dashboard. Exact same with offenses. So under offenses, natures, circumstances, and then goals. So I wanted to show you goals, and I'll go into the setup of the community dashboard a little bit on how to get it to populate the community dashboard from CompStat. So let's go to goals. You can have as many goals as you want, and they can be varied about anything that you want to put in here, because there's a lot of area here that you can use for your goals. You can turn on the goals, and you can enable them and say whether you want them on the front page. So let's say we had a goal to reduce burglaries. So we'd go into that one, And here's where you would set it up. You have the title, reduce burglaries. You have a start date if you want it to turn on and off according to what date it is. You can give it a top text over here and a middle text, and then this one. You can change the colors. You want to keep this one black, but here you could go up and change it, refresh the colors, and see, make them so they're something you want to look at, background and foreground. You can also say, well, I want them on the front page, or I want it enabled, and then you can give it a description. So then this one you may say that this goal is to reduce burglaries by 25%, and you had 100 of them last time, so for the next year you want 75% of them. And what you would do is at the end of this period, you would put goal reached, that you had reduced them. So we'll go back over to the goals a little bit and talk about these boxes here. So you can turn them off and on whether they're on the front page or the goals page. First you enable the goals page, then you turn them off and on. We'll do use of force and the vision statement. We'll do them all. Show you how it looks. Some of them are set up differently. You can delete the goal here, and you can copy the goal here so that you can use it elsewhere by just changing some of the information. You've got to be sure to save your changes and then update your community dashboard. Only the manager can update the community dashboard. So once you've done that, these goals should now all be present. They should be present on the goals page. They should be present on the front page, and they should be now active. So over on the community dashboard, what we'll do is hit the refresh button, and here's the goals we talked about. And you see what happened. We added the community goals, and we added the goals to the main page, and so now they'd be available wherever you were at. Or you can turn them off. If we go back and turn them off, they'd be gone and only available under the community dashboard. So under here, this picture is, we've made it so you have to send it to us to get it updated so that people you can't be hacked and put some picture up there you may not want. So under here is where you would explain the goals of different types. You can put in here the use of forest department, vision statements, things like that for your community. Go back over here. So like I say, these can be turned off and on. We bring it back over. We will take the goals off the first page, but still leave it available to us. Come over here and see if that, and now they're off the front page. They are available still, and they're right here. This button should have been on. I clicked over here to get it to come up, and that's going to be fixed. Now when you click it, you can just read the goals, and they're not on the front page. So let's go back over to this setup a little bit. The way you get things to appear, like these incidents to appear, the way you get the ones you want in there and the information you want in there is going into the setup on the dashboard. So under dates, anything you give a name here shows up on the public dashboard. For instance, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them should be on the public dashboard. If I decide to give year to date a name right here under public title, it now will show up after I do an update, then update the dashboard. So if you change any of these and you add a title, hit update community dashboard. It's the same with locations right here. We have 2 locations, all in East Valley Test. It's the same thing under the categories. So under groups, any of them that you give a public dashboard or a public name to will now show up on your community dashboard. Same thing with offenses. Hold on. Looks the same way. So you can name them. You can even misspell them here, and they'll show up. And the nature, so whatever you put it, if you decide you want to put the animal calls and the accidents, because they don't have offense codes, so you can't put them under the incident. If you don't use them that way, then they will show up. So anyway, that's just a quick rundown on the community dashboard. It should be a lot faster. The mapping should certainly be a lot nicer that it updates so quickly. And it doesn't redraw anymore the complete thing every single time on them. So let me know if you have any questions. We've started to install this dashboard now. So thank you.